the Sinister might actually die, assuming he fights against the Tri-Titan, that is. You see, in one of my past videos, we went over the possible outcomes and battles that would happen if the Tri-Titan alone fought against the biggest threats in the Skibidi Multiverse. Although this seems like an unfair matchup on the outside, it turned out to be very entertaining and unexpected. I mean, in that video, he even managed to reach episode 29 and didn't suffer any difficulties so far, with the exception of him being in his final form. In this video, we'll be picking up where we left off in episode 30 and find out what happens next. So for now, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. In episodes 31 and 32, we got to see the battle against the special agents and some mutants. Also, we got showings of the Time God together with the TV and camera titans. And oh boy, this is where things start to get ugly, because at this point, the Tri-Titan in his final form would be left to take on these monsters alone. But would he be able to defeat them? You're about to find out. Now, obviously the Clock Titan would play a huge role in this one. I mean, he's got the time stop ability, able to speed himself up, and yeah, he could easily restore any other Titan to perfect health. Also, we've got the TV Titan, and you should know he's someone who could handle the front lines easily. With his hypnosis and energy sword, he'd be a very formidable opponent. And yeah, the Camera Titan, whose physical strength is quite impressive, would also be in the front lines. With his shield, he could provide extra defense, and when his rage mode gets activated, things are gonna get hardcore. We shouldn't forget C-Pen was also present in that episode, but you know, he's not gonna be really needed here. And with this, yeah, the Tri-Titan is at a huge disadvantage. Fighting the Clock Titan is one thing, but this time he's got friends. I mean, even if the Tri-Titan manages to damage them or uses his gravity powers, all that damage could be easily cancelled out by the Clock Titan. As we've seen, reversing time isn't much of a deal. The battle would drag on to who has the most endurance and stamina, and he's completely no match for this team, so the Tri-Titan is down to his first loss. Okay, things have gotten a little tense. Let's tamper with the rules a little. This time, the Tri-Titan would be facing all the enemies, but the Clock Titan wouldn't be included, as yeah, he's really something else.
Well, that's the only way things can get interesting.
Indeed, my daddy clock fighting alongside the biggest threats? Bro, that's just overkill.
Alright guys, moving on to the next threat, we got to see the first appearance of the Skull Astro and what he's truly capable of. Let's not forget the scientists came in at some point and fought like crazy, so this is gonna get really good. Adding both the upgraded camera and TV, yeah, the stage is set for an epic battle.
Well said, unique TV. However, this might not play out the way you think, because you see, the battle begins and the Tri-Titan makes an epic entrance. Without wasting any time, the TV Titan rushes in with his energy sword, but sees a sword a lot longer than his, and decides to chill and work together. Seeing this, both Mutant and Titan form a temporary alliance and launch precise attacks. The camera uses his arm blasters and launches an energy blast, but the Tri-Titan casually walks right through and decides to retaliate. Well, something extremely fast zooms right past him, also launching energy attacks. The TV Titan uses his splitting body technique and teleportation to send attacks from different angles, but the Tri-Titan easily takes all of these and moves towards the scientist, but gets the shockwave treatment, which stuns him a little. Seeing this, the camera wastes no time and uses his core release, which causes a massive explosion. As the smoke clears up, a red TV screen appears, and the TV Titan tries to hypnotize him, but their luck runs out as the Tri-Titan uses his gravity powers, slicing the TV in half, causing the camera to go all out. But that's nowhere near the Tri-Titan's strength, so he gets bullied. The Astro suffers the same fate. However, the scientist manages to run away.
Yeah, I guess he was the smart one after all. And with that, the Tri-Titan clears this threat with no difficulty. However, episodes 35 through 37 would be a breeze. I mean, the special agents totally stand no chance compared to this guy. But in episode 38, things get really serious, cause the threats are really massive. We've got battles on two fronts. The battle against the Drill and Speaker Titan with Male 02, and the TV Titan and Pencil Woman against the Skibidi Scientist. Okay, the Tri-Titan is definitely in for a treat. So here's how we're gonna do this. The Tri-Titan goes towards the first battlefield and then attacks the next one. You see, in the first threat, the Tri-Titan would have to face off against three of the most powerful characters, And of course, my Drill Titan is included. Male 02 teams up with the Titans and tries to make things work. I mean, the Drill Titan is extremely durable and has one of the most ridiculous physical strength feats. And having the Speaker by their side, things might actually go smoothly. The Speaker Titan has an insanely broken weapon that could potentially stun the Tri-Titan, although we don't really know how intense sound waves would work on the Tri-Titan. It's gonna be good for backup. Also, Male 02, who was able to take on these two at once. Believe me, he's just as powerful, if not better. And with the combined force of these monsters, they might actually get somewhere with this. But let's be real, the Tri-Titan in his final form is just too massive, and the power difference is not even close at all. Well, he's stomping these guys for sure, but it's not over, as he's still got some business with the scientist. Moving on to that part of the fight, the Tri-Titan casually walks in. And yeah, the scientist figures he's cooked this time, and has to call a truce with both the TV Titan and Pencil Woman. So is this team gonna make a difference? Let's find out. Titan Pencil Woman would be a huge asset, as not only is she quick on her feet, she's also very flexible and has a decent ability. However, it's important to note that the TV Titan now has a rage mode, which you all know how that battle played out, so things are gonna get real juicy. The scientist, as usual, wouldn't contribute much, but would only launch sneak attacks if he finds an opening. However, all these wouldn't matter against this walking fortress, as his durability alone would totally do the job. The Tri-Titan is getting another win here. But the next one is where things get really serious. I mean, episode 39 kinda has the entire gang in one setting, and to make things worse, it's over 5 parts. If all these guys decide to jump the Tri-Titan at once, nah, he's getting beat, no doubt. But let's split the parts in half and see how it goes. In the first and second parts, we had showings of the Dragon Drill with Male 01, Pencil and Speaker, the TV Titan, and to top it all off, the Counter Titan. I honestly don't think this would go well for him, as the episodes keep getting harder each time.
Yeah, in the multiverse, these characters are mostly considered broken. But let's see how this goes. As the battle begins and all the Titans prepare for an attack, the TV Titan rushes in and uses his teleportation ability to launch a surprise attack on the Tri-Titan. 01 comes in as well, firing his arm cannon. However, we all know this wouldn't be enough to take down the big guy, so he boosts towards both Titans, slamming them to the ground. The Counter Titan decides to go all out in order to win and uses his Rage mode, activating both swords of the TV and Clock Titan and rushes into battle. And to make it a sure hit, the Speaker Titan would use his guitar to stun him a little, surprising the Tri-Titan. Steve comes from above with his Energy Blast, leading to a successful attack from the Counter Titan. The Tri-Titan gets pissed, uses his gravity manipulation, holds the counter in place, and speed blitzes him. But the Pencil Titan creates multiple objects to buy them more time, so the others could prepare their final strategy. The Speaker tries to stun him again, while the others give it their all to hold him in place. Then he sees a TV screen.
Yeah, and there's no escaping this time, so they successfully hypnotize the Tri-Titan, and he's unable to continue. But for the next part, we saw the intense battle between the Commander and the future Clockman. So these two would be left to take on the Tri-Titan, and I think we've got our answer to how this plays out. Although this poll is still a mystery to me. I mean, the future Clockman and the Commander are undoubtedly broken, that's a fact. But do you really think anything from them would be able to damage him? Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But in the meantime, check out this video to watch me create the strongest character in the history of Skibidi Wars.